Oh, this is just way too cool, guys. I tell you, what a difference in software. Holy cow. Wow. Wow. For a year I have been struggling. You have been bearing with me, and I really appreciate that. Um, my vision is not that good, but this is so cool. Now I can actually show comments. They actually come up on the screen is wonderful. So if you're out there, I want you to definitely tell me where you are viewing from and scouting from. I will put that up here. I can see things. It's not microscopic print anymore, which is so nice. And that's wonderful. Earlier when I was doing a practice. What was that? There we go. Okay, I didn't know I could do that. That's pretty cool. So let's see. There you are. Oh, see, got to look at the screen occasionally. All right, I think I still have my little message up there. No. Oh, okay. That's my name. I didn't know that was, I didn't think that was going to stay on there. This is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. But scouting, it's always a challenge and always a lot of fun. And if you have a question, please put it in the comments and we will do that. Earlier, I was doing some testing. I was learning the software, and it does a lot of cool things. And the old software was set up for gamers, and gamers have to have all these different little controls and all this stuff. I don't have that. We're a talk show. I do talking. That's what we do, and that's something that goes on here. That is amazing. Michael D, thank you so much. I think there's a special here. What do you got there? Oh, there we go. Member for 8 months. Thank you so much. Being a member is really cool, and I've had the questions from members and from people who wanted to spread that membership. You can do that during a live show, during these live interactions. That's something that we can do. It's a matter of going to the little there's like a gift box icon, and you click that, and then you get all kinds of options. Okay, just fill that in, and that way people that are on the waiting list can get a guest membership and find out more about what's going on. Now I'm still trying to learn this new software. The software is not on my PC. Okay, I understand it's in a cloud. It's going through StreamYard, and you'll notice that they have their logo up there. Um, this is a test. Okay, if everything works out well and I have enough in the coffers to afford that kind of thing, that's something that we can definitely make it a monthly expense, but I think it's worth it. And the members are going to get some new stuff too, which is kind of neat. The members are going to be invited to, I call it the campfire. I talked about it a long time ago, but I couldn't give a lot of details. My scheduling is, I really need to learn to say no. I have that helium hand that says yes all the time, and I really have to be careful with my scheduling. I have agreed to be on Wood Badge staff. I do the advancement for my district. I mean, I just do too much, and I want to focus on the website and, of course, the channel, and make sure that I'm giving a good service to scouters and scouts all over. And that's really going to be my focus. I'm probably going to be going through the final phases of the work world and phasing out of that, going into retirement and doing this. So, giving back to the community, giving back to the scouting community. Looks like we have a scouter from Georgia. All right, yeah, Georgia or GA. Marriott GA Scout. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to get caught up with some of these. These are kind of neat. That's neat. Minnesota, cold. Not this time of year. Maybe in September it is. Oh, jeez. There we go. Looks like we got, oh, fantastic. Thank you, guys. Indiana, Midwest. Oh, that's for sure. When I was doing a test earlier, I think I was mentioning it earlier. There was some, oh, what was it? Let's see. Yes, I was doing a test, and I believe there was some individuals who got on the test. I don't know, but I want to thank them. They donated $1, and every penny counts. Okay, and there was two, I believe, that actually did that, and that's wonderful. So if you want to donate to the channel and help pay for things like this new software, which works rather well, um, I am very impressed with it. It's set up for what we are doing here. It's not the gaming channel where the guy's in the corner and there's a green screen and all the different settings I never could do. That was something that that was kind of driving me nuts. I didn't like that. It was difficult to get that figured out, to get that set up. It looks like we're starting to get some questions here. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Da, 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 da. Looks like what we got here. Oh, awesome. Minnesota and CAC. Nice. All righty. I think we have a question here. Do you have an idea of many scouts drop because I cannot pass the BSA swim test? Okay. Swim tests. Miss the scuba drop. Okay. The swim test is something that's in the Scout handbook. And as far as the actual process there, that's all done with the Scout unit. Sometimes it's done at camp. You do have to have the safe swim and the lifeguards and all the stuff that's required for doing those tests. It is a basic test. And a lot of times when I went to summer camp, I never bothered with the swim test. Personally, I don't like swimming in lakes. Being a Florida boy, and I've seen things in lakes I don't want to swim with. So, so if it's a swimming pool, that's different. But and then swimming is not very appealing to me. I got swimmed out as a youth. That was something I really just don't do. But as far as adult leaders, you know, I put down non-swimmer because I'm not going to be swimming, not in their lake. Oh, that's a Florida thing. There's some pretty intense things there. Looks like we have Doug. Let me make sure. I can't get that clicked. Why is that not working? Okay. The original question, by the way, let me go back to that. The original question was, how many drop out? I mean, sometimes there are scouts who cannot swim because of religious reasons. There are exceptions for that, and I believe you can work those things out. There are some. It's rare. It's not something you see very often. But there is provisions. Okay, so check with your local area. They can help you more than I could. Swimming is not. I did lifeguarding for many years, and I'm swimmed out, so I'm done. But that was one of those things. Let me see here. Doug, you got a question? I just written up 500,000. Boy Scout troop. 111. 77. How about that? I'll tell you what, the thing is, there's so many different comments here. And what's interesting is that I'm not going to be editing the live shows. So when you get to the live show, what you see is what you get. Unfortunately, you can fast forward, move back, or you can slow down. If I do any video editing with the live streams, the chat is detached, disappears. There's no way to put it back on. So that's why I don't edit the live streams. So I try to make them as consistent as possible. That is one of the things I've been trying to do. Doug had a question. Well, we'll get back to that. 111 looks like it was more of a statement. So if you have an actual question, please put a question mark on it. That makes it easy for me. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just going down the list here. Liberty Council. Ooh, that's awesome. Tell you, there's so many scouters out there, and the concept that I mentioned earlier with some of the, hopefully, the StreamYard will work, and this software will work for our live shows, and we can have multiple people, almost like a Zoom thing. I know that's, a lot of people don't like Zoom because the pandemic and everything was Zoom. This could actually be more individuals, and then they can have screen access and do different things, and there's a lot of really cool stuff that can be done, and I think that will be really good. So looks like alrighty. I wanted to donate a membership. Okay, to do the membership, you hit the gift box. Yes, the little icon. Yes, that's how you do it. And it's only available during the actual live show. You can also do it as premieres, and I've thought about doing a premiere where I'm in the text chat room during the show's airing when it first comes out. We've never had real success with that. We've tried it a few times, and it's not very popular. But during the live interaction stuff, it is possible to do the gift membership. It's that gift box. It's a little gift box at the bottom, and from that you could be you should be able to do that. Now that is, I believe, on regular computer screens with if you have like a table computer, a PC, or even a laptop. That is the place where it would be. Now the browser that you're using will have different settings on it, and it may not be compatible for some of the features that YouTube puts out. So that little gift box might not be there. So if you're on a cell phone or a tablet or something of that nature, it may not be there. So, and that makes it hard. That makes it difficult. I wish there was a button on the channel that YouTube would put out there that people could get memberships and gift them to others. That's something that I think would be wonderful to have. Definitely not would be nice, and not dependent so much on the actual hardware. Most of the internet, most of the viewers here, you guys, most of you are on cell phones. So that's the average. It's almost 60 to 70% of the viewers of the channel are like that. Let's see. I do see a question mark. Okay. All right, I'm going to change the size of this print on the screen so that it's a little bigger for me. There you go. I can do that. That's really awesome. Okay. Council Service Center. Why hasn't the scouting had a sewing merit? Okay, sewing. I believe the Girl Scouts have some of the sewing and patches and embroidery and things like that, which is great. But I believe that the Scouts, that's kind of like home repair. You need to, that would be in that category from a scouting standpoint. I believe the Scouts should know how to put on a button and mend a rip and things like that. That's all a part of just basic skills, and that's something that Scouts need. So that is a basic skill. Let's see. Uh-oh, things are rolling along here too fast for me. I'm seeing the things on the side. Unfortunately, it's there you go. All right. I'm getting it. And then there and there. Got it. Timothy, thank you so much for your question. I tell you, the questions that come in are really helping me as far as content. We are going to be doing some pretty neat stuff. I think I saw a question here. There we are. Proud to be a member of this channel. Yes, yes, indeed. Twin Dads. Let's see. How many memberships do you have? The memberships of this, I believe, are under 10. Let me double check. I can actually look that up I can actually pull up another screen and actually pull that data up. Let me look real quick and see exactly how many members we currently have. Because that is a good question. I believe it's 10. Last time I saw the numbers, we have 10. It's not like a huge membership, but it is sizable for units. The max we've ever had is 13. I think some gift memberships expired and it went back to 10 or no, it's currently 11. It's 11 right now. So that's how many memberships we have currently. They can be unlimited as far as how many. You do get some extra benefits from that, from being a member. You get all kinds of neat things. You get the what do you call it? The extras video, which is in high definition, and there's no ads or anything on it. It's just straight up. And plus, there's a big segment right in the middle just for members. And it's usually me telling a story or talking about the past or trying to relate things that are in the video to that. And it's an extra, and only members get that. That is very exclusive. So if you're thinking about becoming a member, do so. That would be awesome. That would be fantastic. BSA has textile. Yes, textile mirror bridge. Yes, it does. You're absolutely right. It does have that. Not sure if it includes sewing. Sewing is one of those basic skills. I think every scout should know how to sew, how to put on their own patches. When I was a youth, my mom, my poor mother, she sewed. She was really good at it. And the thing is, with two boys and a professional scouter, and because we were professional scouters, we never had any money, so you couldn't take it to the tailor or the dry cleaners and have them sew it on. No, we had to do it ourselves, and she taught us. And you poke yourself a few times with the needle and you learn. That is kind of how it's done, and it's a simple process. The hardest part is getting those things on in the right spot, and there are videos on that we put on the channel. As long as they're in the right spot, if they're a little tilted or something, that's okay. It's the effort of trying to make sure that it's done. Okay. Now, some patches that are supposed to fit in don't. So I had a problem with a knot that I was awarded, and it's just slightly bigger. So, and that causes it to be a little off. I don't think anyone would notice, but the person that's sewing it on is seeing it straight up. So, right there, that's an issue there. But I think that is true. I believe the textile probably does have something about that, putting them on. I don't recommend gluing. My mother taught us how to sew them on because they didn't want to glue them on. You could, there was glues back then, but you didn't want to do that. It ruins the patch. It ruins the clothing. We've back in the past. Now today, there might be something that would be suitable. Maybe something that never goes off of the cloth, that goes out of date or changes, and that would be merit badges. Those merit badges are small, and you might be able to put some of that. There's all kinds of stuff that's out there, but there's materials you can put on there that's like a sticker that you can iron on or stick on the sash. That might be the best thing because you're never going to remove those. So, that's it's a one-time thing. So, okay, first class rank. Yes. I just had a flashback of something that happened when I was in a troop, and they I was in a border review. I was commissioner, unit commissioner, and I was running around, and they were short one person, so they needed another person to help out, and they wanted me in there to talk to the scouts. And this scout was going for his, I believe, he was going for life scout. And they pulled me into the room, and I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking, that's interesting. His star rank is upside down. I thought that was kind of weird. And so we did the border review, and we went through the whole process. And I kept looking, he kept getting my attention to look at that star rank. And it was not only upside down, but it looked like it was sewed on with yarn. I mean, it was really, really thick thread. I mean, it was just in the corners that it was sewed on. So I'm thinking to myself, we never made a big deal of it. Okay. He made the effort of putting it on, and I'm thinking Cub Scouts. Okay. I'm thinking like, oh, it's like the Bobcat. When they give you the Bobcat, it's upside down until you do a good turn. Maybe this is the same idea. And that was my question to the scout. And when I asked him, why is your rank upside down? He says, oh, it's right side up. And he looks down and I says, see, it's right side up. To his point of view, it was because he sewed it on in the car on the way to the meeting. So he actually sewed it on in the car. But to his point of view, it was sewed on right side up to him. But yeah, to everyone else, it was upside down. But yeah, that was, sometimes when you sew on those patches, you kind of live with where it is. You just don't want to unsew it to move it. So that's the other end of it. I think I lost my spot on this. There we are. Okay. I like how that does that. That's good. Okay. What do we got here? Let's see. I think we got some of these going on. Proud to be a member of the channel. I am so glad. Twin Dads is one of my favorites. Yeah. He does great comments. If you see comments online, please send him a note saying thank you, because he does some really good stuff. Text on my bit. I think we covered that. Maybe I backed up too far. I'm just going to go from what the screen has, okay? And I believe we have here. My kids saw personally. Yes, definitely sew those patches on. They could do it by hand. A machine is good, but some machines can't get through some of that plastic backing that really messes up the needle. So, that is one of those things that may not work. Sometimes, if you're doing it by hand, you can just catch the border. Most patches will have a very looped border that you can actually snag onto and sew underneath, so nobody even sees where it's actually sewn on. That's a neat little trick. I should do a video. Maybe that's what I'll do. I should do a video on how to sew on some patches, but sewing them on is the best method. That is for sure. Yep. You can use what is it? So patch magic or mystery, or they're not a sponsor, so I don't know. I don't know the actual brand name, but that is that you could glue them on. They say there's a process to take the patches back off, but if you're dealing with like a rank patch, that may not be the best thing to use. That could really stain. I've seen where some glues will actually stain the uniform. So, don't. Patches were meant to be sewn on. So that was their original intent, not ironed on. There are materials where you can actually iron on the patch, but taking the back off always leaves some film or adhesive or something on the cloth. There has to be a way to get around that, but I don't recommend it. I say sew it on. That just makes it so much easier. Let's see. Can you estimate a merit badges? Around 35 to 40, actually. Let's see. Merit badges, you need 21 merit badges, and there are required merit badges. I believe there's 11, and that's something that that I have a checklist. Whenever I'm doing an Eagle Border review, I have a checklist that I go through, and I make sure that everything is double checked and make sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. I want to make sure that it's right. So I have a checklist that I go through, and I believe that is true for most Eagle stuff. Now, if you're dealing, it really depends. My district and my council, we have some of the best advancement people out there. They are. The scouts in my community are very blessed to have them watching after them and making sure that the dates are correct and the application is correct and all of that information is correct. So as soon as the Life Scout is ready for the application, they usually will talk with the advancement person at council and get a report, an actual printed report. It may not be physically printed on paper. It might be a PDF or something, but that way, all the dates that have to match and all of that stuff, if it's October 1st, it's got to be October 1st. I mean, you can't, it's what is in the computer has to match, and it has to mirror 100% and it has to be in the date range and all that stuff. So that's one of those things. And Eagle applications have to be authenticated or approved by the council before they even do the Eagle Border review. So that's because all those dates have to be right, and the signatures have to be right. That's as soon as that's authorized, then that's when the advancement people like myself get involved. So thank you, Emily. Let me see. Getting down the list here. This is kind of neat. I like it. Let's see. I'm trying to remember. Authorized by 10. Okay. Yeah. Emily. All righty. Looks like we're getting it set. There we go. The Eagle Scouts in my district, we usually do about 40 in my district, Eagle Scouts. Just information. We do about 40. We're at 38, I believe, right now. So in my district, it is amazing to me that the thing that really gets me is when I'm at an Eagle Border review, I'm with the best leaders from the unit, and they have the best scout right there. And it is amazing to me the skills and the talent, and it is just amazing. And they do such a great job. It's the best job ever. Don't tell anybody; they'll all want to do it. So it is. Eagle Boards of Review are awesome, but that being the case, always remember. They have to have everything in place. That it's a board of review. We're reviewing all of the documentation. We're interviewing the scout to become a Eagle, and so it's a review, and it's we definitely go through all of that. There's no testing, so that's a totally another thing. So, but we want to know from them. Let me just go on here. Stan, getting ready for Eagle Border review. Yep. Do I have anything particular? Oh, yes. You know what I always recommend? Now, I've mentored quite a few scouts into becoming, going through that process, going through that and becoming an Eagle Scout. It's a huge obligation. And what I always recommend is that you think about every single word of the Scout Oath and the Scout Law. Think about it, write it down, study it. Those are the things that the board is there to find out if you've got that. If you have that as part of who you are, that's an Eagle Scout. They live their lives by the guiding principles and values found in the Scout Oath and Scout Law. That's it. That's the 100% view. Okay. If you can live by those things, you can succeed in anything you choose to do. So always think about those things. That's the key. And we want that to come through naturally. You're going to be nervous. That's okay. But it's just a matter of going through that. And that's what Eagle Scouts do. Sometimes, yes. Hillary says that sometimes there's a solvent that can actually remove that. Yes, yeah, I've seen people do that. That is true. Do you know of any scouts that have earned the National Medal of Outdoor Advancement? I believe that was the old Hornaday thing, and I only know one scout that did. But they were in a crew, so it was a different setup. Sponsored BSA Cub Cast last month. Badge Magic, that's the name. Yeah, Badge Magic. Yes, that's wonderful. You know, the supply division, the shirts are expensive, but they last a long time. I mean, I wear this shirt probably 4 times a week, and for 20 years I had my last one. I mean, it was old, and eventually it starts to wear out after a while, but they last a very long time, and the cloth is very durable. So, but because of that, they're kind of expensive. Um, you know, it's a trade-off between the two. If you can afford a new shirt, if all the patches are messing it up, then it's okay. I believe sewing them on is the best. That's just me. That's just my preference. Okay. And there's probably adhesives or something like that where it can be removed. The patch can be removed. Now, also remember, I'm a patch collector. Once you've glued that on, I don't want that patch. So, I've traded patches right off of somebody's uniform. So, and it's always sewn. All right. If it's glued on, it's not my kind. I can't really put that in my collection. So, all right. I'm going to get caught up here eventually. All right. 14. Yay. First class. Awesome. 28, 26 merit badge. That's pretty good. Doing good. One more than our youth. Very cool. Very good. Awesome. I'm going to catch up with some of these. Pocket shirts. Yeah, you know, sewing on the pocket is the hardest part. So, it just side note. But there's a secret to that, and I'll tell you. Yes, they do. They do. Yeah. Sometimes in the wash, though, you'll find the patch in the wash. You know, so that's not good. If you're sewing on the pocket, because there's 2 layers, you know, they got the outside pocket and of course the inside shirt. Put something down in there like cardstock or some plastic down in there, and you can sew right off of that, so you don't accidentally stitch the pocket shut. You know, with whatever you're putting on the pocket. Little hint there. Little life hack, I guess they call it. Let's see. Do you have recommendations? Situation of waiting for camp, troop BSA, FYI, adults aren't currently registered. Period with do so. You know, parents that want to be involved need to do the training online. Okay, do that. Do that. Um, YPT. Get their YPT done. Definitely make sure that they're available for that. Make sure they get the application in because they have to have the background check, and then they can go to camp. Okay, and then work on their training for whatever position they're in. Um, we've had I've gone with troops that took committee members, just to have the numbers there, and you need to have that. And depending on which scouts BSA, if it's a boy unit or a girl unit, you have to have the right numbers. So that's something to keep in mind. You have to stay within the guidelines, and definitely get as many of your parents. I think all parents should get YPT. That should be just the baseline. All the parents should do that, because when you do that, you're creating that My Scouting thing. When you got that myscouting.org, that is awesome because then you can add training onto that. And you can do some things. And I think it's important that parents know what the other leaders are supposed to be doing and knowing. So I think that's really important. That cross training is very, very important. I've said that in videos before. So definitely check some of the videos. Let's see. Recent policy changes. There's some changes going on as far as camping and in regards to, I believe it's Cub Scouts. So there are some changes. That is, that's one thing. I want to make sure this is clear. I am a volunteer. I do not work for the BSA. My father did. I've been in scouting all my life, but keep this in mind. I'm not with the Scouts, so I can't really comment on their policies. Whatever policy it is, I have to go by it, just like all the other Scouters. So that's that being the case. I really try to stay away from making any comments about policies and stuff like that. So let me go through. I think we got some good stuff coming up here. There are changes. There are always changes. It's a scouting movement. Things change. It's going to change, and it needs to change. And the reason is that things that don't change become endangered species. Okay, organizations that do not change, do not move with the times, become extinct. Dinosaurs. They just fade away. Time marches on. It's a scouting movement. It was always set up to change, to move with the times, move with the people. That's scouting. If you look at some of the writings of Baden Powell and all the founders of the scouting movement, that's the key. Let's see. Seton, same thing. Seton was in there. No, I haven't. I haven't been able to get to that. Believe me, my schedules, I have very limited time. That's that helium hand that I have, volunteering for stuff. I'm on Woodbedge staff. What else am I doing? Oh, you name it. I've got 5 shows I'm probably going to be producing soon. So we're going to get ready to do all that. And as soon as those are recorded, they got to go into editing and I'm busy. I do have a lot of stuff going on. So, and I have a pile of books to read. I do have one that I've got here. Oh my gosh. This was awesome. If you ever get a chance, you might want to pick this up. You might see this on I got to turn it so it doesn't glare too much on the screen. So, but this is an excellent book. I would definitely want to read more about this. I had no idea that there were so many different versions or variations of the Eagle medal. I had no idea. So that book is on. I have a stack of books. Okay, so I'm definitely getting into them. But it's funny is everyone that I read that's historic, I end up making a video. So you'll see it soon. Um, that's so funny. Okay, Lucas. All right. See, thank you so much. Twin Daddy's actually answering some things. That's so great. You are awesome. That is fantastic. What is the new policy? Need to pay membership? Yes. That is something. Yeah, that is something that is new. It used to be we were always under the gun to get everything finished by the end of the year and start up with a new membership. It is resource wise, it is immense the resources that are needed because after everything's been put in, it is just an unbelievable stacks of paper and paperwork and stuff that needs to be done. If it's done on a consistent basis instead of all at once, that is a benefit, and that's true across the board. And with the new policy of when you get your membership is when you join, and that membership is annual, and it just rotates through that, and it's electronic. We're living in an electronic age. Why not use that? The old adage of, instead of working harder, work smarter. That's what we're trying to do. And that's true in scouting, it's true in industry, it's true everywhere. It's the only way to stay competitive. And to keep that going is important. Let's see. Unit Scouter Reserve. You may register. Oh, yes. Yes. The neat thing about the Unit Scouter Reserve, there's different kinds. There's one for venture crews. There's one for Sea Scouts. There's different kinds, and you can look into it. The video that I did about the Scouter Reserve, definitely go there. Look down in the show notes. There's notes down below of all videos, and that will definitely give you some more input on that. Oh my gosh, Michael D. Let's see. Always buy the shirt that's too big for the scout, okay? Because they're gonna grow into it. Okay. By the time they're 18, they're gonna need a shirt that's big enough. So definitely get the bigger shirt. It always, when I was a Cub Scout, or a Cub Master, I should say, I felt like a Cub Scout, but I was a Cub Master. I always thought it was funny because, the scouts that came in with their blue Cub Scout thing, and it looked like a bag put over them, and it was very loose. By the time they upgraded in Webelos, it was too tight. So it was time to get the Webelos, but then the bag thing, baggy shoulders, and the whole 9 yards. That's the key. They're growing, and they're getting more knowledge and that kind of stuff. And it's important to make sure that they're comfortable, especially, and look sharp. So, we have something special here. What's going on here? What is this? Oh, thank you so much, Michael D. Michael D is over in, I believe he's over in Louisiana. Yeah, he is one of my members. That is awesome. Thank you so much for your support there. Completed my 5th and final ticket. You're a wood badger, not the animal. You're not a badger. You're one of the critters that they have. So yeah, that's awesome, fantastic. I'm so glad. I'm very happy that you're getting value out of it all. All righty. Yes. Okay. Well, we've been talking a lot about patches. Let's try to switch up some stuff. Let me see if I can make this bigger so I can see it. It's so nice. I can do that. And, no, that's not what I want. Yes, that's what I want. Oh, now I can see things, but it moved everything around. Okay, we're going to push back a little bit. There we go. All righty. So, Congrats, Michael D. Yes, very much so. Well done. Well done, Michael. I see that that's everybody's. Yay. Get YPT. Yes, definitely. Yep. Yep. Got it. All righty. Yep. And that's true for every position in the scout unit. All adults will need YPT. So get your parents YPT'd up, and that's a critical thing. That is really important. That YPT, we have to protect our kids, so that is very important. Yes, very much so. Excellent. Thank you, Emily. Emily's with the Scouts, and she's recommending that Guide to Safe Scouting. Yes, there's some things that you might think a scout can do, but they can't. I was stunned by that. I thought that laser tag was okay, but it's not. If you check the Guide to Safe Scouting, it says that in there. It's quite clear. So, what do we got here? Do you ever say no? Oh my gosh, I wish I should. You know, unfortunately, the answer to that would be no. I need to say no. The helium hand. I'm always saying I'll do it. Yeah, right. Yeah, and it just adds on to my schedule. Awesome. This is so good. I can make these bigger. I can actually read them. That's so neat. Yep. 5 registered adult leaders and 10 scouts. Yep. That is what's needed. That's the minimum for a unit. Let's see. During the pandemic, they did loosen up a little bit on that, but not much. So, I think it was 5 and 5, but 5 and 10 is what you want. That makes sense. You need at least 5 adults to cover the stuff in a new troop. And very important. There we go. Get these things here. Awesome. There's so many questions coming through. I had a schedule of stuff I wanted to talk about, but it is wonderful that so many are out there asking these questions. Looks like let's see, Scoutmaster, and how should we go about doing it, announcing it at a troop meeting? A lot of times you have to kind of plan ahead. That transition, I did a transition video. The first job of every scout leader is to find their replacement. Once they get trained and everything, they need to have somebody in the wings that can train up and do it. That is one of those things, and definitely making sure that they're ready to go. Minnesota Council, awesome. All right, Emily. Unit scouters and reserves position that doesn't require training besides YPT. Every single, I've always thought. Now, I believe every position requires YPT. I've always believed in that. I don't think there is a position. There isn't a position that I know of that deals with a scout unit that YPT is not required. And I would want everyone, including the parents, to have YPT training. So that is very important. Let's see. We're going to boom, boom, boom. Goodness, you guys are really awesome. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. And what time is it getting to be? You can barely. Okay. All righty. Just don't want to keep you up too late, even though it's a holiday weekend here in the States. Do we have anybody from outside the country? because we do have a lot of people from India and Indonesia and all the different places. We're doing a video that they asked for where you can translate. And believe it or not, if you're in a country or if you do not speak the American or the English, or that's it is very important that you get the subtitles. We try to make sure the live show we don't. We try to make sure that it's not interrupted or messed up audio wise, so that it can be automatically translated into other languages. So those are kind of a neat thing. So if you're looking at this from another country and you're having difficulties understanding, you can have it in your own language on the screen. There's so many different ones. It is quite amazing. But I think that the question was about National Jamboree and World Jamboree. I've only been to a national jamboree. I've always wanted to go to a world jamboree. So they're very expensive. And being that I'm a scouter, economics is always considered. So that is one of those drawbacks. The world jamborees typically are very pricey. A lot of travel, a lot of expense. That's for sure. Let's see. YPT, yes. Okay. Yeah, we're still on the YPT in 90 days. Yep. Very good. Good point. Good point. It does go for 2 years. I do mine every year just to make sure it never expires. And because as a unit commissioner, I get questions about it all the time. So I want to know what the latest, because it's constantly being updated. So I want to know what the latest thing is. And so to be aware of it. And I definitely want to do it ahead of time. Okay. So it says, okay. Okay. You got it, Hillary. You got it. Hopefully I'm saying that right. There we go. Trying to catch up here. Doing a Heinz 57. Catching up. So, yep. All right. Please. Yes. There you go. Thumbs up. You can do that on the side here. It's kind of neat. '60s or 30 days. Oh, there was a side discussion about the expiration. Let's see, 60, another one at 60 and another one 30. These are notifications that should go out. And as scouting gets more into technology and getting all those bugs worked out, that's one of those things. And getting that notification of when you need to do it. That's one of the reasons I do it annually. When I do my membership, I make sure that I redo the youth protection. You can do it more than, you don't have to wait the 2 years. Okay. I know it's not the most pleasant of trainings, but it is something that you need to be aware of. That is very, very important for the safety of our youth. That is very important. But I personally, because I'm involved with scout leaders and parents, I personally do it annually. You can do it every 2 years if you like and get the notifications, but that's just me. That's what I do. Thanks. Yep. Very good. Awesome. So many great notes on here. That's awesome. I'm heading to Wood Badge next week. Yep. Awesome. Yes. Are you in the if you're in the Orlando area going to Wood Badge next weekend, I'm actually on staff. They had a vacancy happen, unfortunately, in the quartermaster team, and I've been on staff before, and so I'm on like a standby list. So I got called in, so I'm in on the staff there. So if you're heading to Wood Badge, say hello. Kyle. Awesome. Let me move down a little bit and catch up here. I think there was, yeah, what do we got here? Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Fantastic. Congratulations, Kyle. Good luck. Eagle is one of the critters. So that is awesome. It's one of the birds. There are three: bob white, eagles, and owls. Those are critters. You need to see some of the videos about wood badge. There's a playlist on the channel. So if you want to know more about the critters and all that stuff, it can be kind of crazy. They can get a little, yeah. So definitely check it out if you want a good laugh. It's always fun. That's for sure. Got to have a COR, got to have a chair. So that's important. That's awesome. Lucas, that's great. Fantastic. Now Hillary's basically doing a lot of work here. He's actually answering a lot of these questions and stuff. That's fantastic. Thank you. Looks like we have some good volunteer moderators on here helping out. That is fantastic. Fantastic. Awesome. Goodness. Wow. Fantastic. Besides popcorn. You know, a lot of units during the holidays will do Christmas trees, and they'll do Christmas wreaths, and that is something that is possible. Christmas wreaths, typically they will take the trimmings from a tree lot and turn those into wreaths. Those can be amazing. Okay, you can actually build a list of people who want garlands and wreaths and stuff like that. And every year, that's a great sure thing where you can have the scouts make them and deliver basically, and just have it on a continuous basis year after year. That's a good fundraiser. That's happened. Popcorn is one of those things that the council really promotes. They put millions of dollars, councils all over the United States put millions of dollars into that and buy all that stuff up front, get it produced and made and do all that work for popcorn. And Trails End is the popcorn, and it's honestly, if you look at the Trails End compared to anybody else's popcorn, I don't know what they do, but they have the best kernels of pop. If you're a connoisseur of popcorn, you know what I mean? So it is good stuff. Okay. It's a good quality product. And they put all that money into it. And the scouts do get the lion's share as far as the sales. It's more expensive, but it's not only that, but it's a higher quality. So you're getting that more expensive, higher quality popcorn. If you love good popcorn, that's the stuff. And they have so many different kinds. Everything, all the coated kinds, and then just the stuff you put in the microwave is good. So it's all really good stuff. The councils, when they do that, when they put that through, they're putting a lot of money up front. So it's important to participate to a certain degree. Don't totally cut that off. But there's other fundraisers you can do. My council does camp carts. They've done that several years. Some councils do the meat sticks, the actual beef sticks, the dehydrated beer, meat things. There's so many different ones. Scout Life magazine, I believe, will have fundraiser ideas in it. Tons of them. And that's something to look into. So, but there are tons of fundraiser ideas. That's for sure. That's out there. And don't be afraid to think out of the box. There's a lot of different ones. A Scout is thrifty, and we do a lot of neat stuff. Thrifty is one of those things that I actually asked during the Eagle Board's review. Thrifty, and what I'm looking for is conserving resources. So there's more to thrifty than just money. You got to think about resources, manpower, or employees that are working for you as an employer. These are things you need to be thrifty and thankful for, and use appropriately. So those are super important things. Let's see. I think I've got. You're in Florida. Yes, I am in Florida. We do winter camp. Yes, winter camp is awesome. That usually is between December 25th, 26th. They go off to camp, and they're there all the way through New Year's. So that's a great week, and it's kind of cool. It's nice and cool. So for Central Florida, it's pretty good. Let's see. Make sure I got these right. All right. Flag sales, that would be good. Mulch is very popular. I've seen that quite a bit. I've seen a lot of units do very well with mulch, especially in Florida. Mulch is one of those things that has to be continuously dug out and replaced. So we get a lot of rain. Being in the tropics, we get a lot of rain, and that stuff has to be moved around. Awesome. All righty. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you for jumping up and saying, I'll do that. That would be fantastic. Thank you. You can do it right here. I'll just keep an eye out for you. This is awesome. I love having everybody here. Massachusetts. I am in Massachusetts. I lived in Merrimack, Massachusetts for a period of time. I went with the Mass Bay Federated Council to the 1977 Jamboree. So Massachusetts, I know. Yes. There you go. Fantastic. Oh, did I put that up there? There we go. So you know what I'm talking about. There we go. It's also on the side there, guys. So guys and gals. I say guys, I mean, it's like brothers, it's the same. So I don't want to get in trouble there. That would not be good. Sorry, passenger entered key. All right. Yes, Timothy. Yep, that's all right. You can have the side conversation, go right ahead. That's totally fine. Just stay within the scout law, scout oath, and you'll be fine. Let's see. Owls. Awesome. I was staffing the Owls, and they adopted me because I was a Bob White. And when they adopted me, they told me that you're now a bowel, which is a Bob White and an owl together. So I guess that's two critters. I have two. I don't go up and sing for both. I choose one or the other, and I move back and forth. So that way I honor all the scouters that I got through Wood Badge. I was their guide and on staff, and that was fun. I really enjoyed that. I got every one of them got beaded. It was awesome. No. There's no such thing as used to be. You're a bear. Right? Eagle knows. Yeah. So, alrighty. Looks like we're getting caught up finally. I've had up to 23 people in the chat here, 18 right now. Let me double check here. All right. Let's see. And a good old eagle too. Yep. I think I've been asked to be the owl because there's not many, not owls, Bob Whites at this particular staffing that I'm doing next weekend. So that is one of those things. Emily's working on her ticket, it looks like. What do we got here? All right. Where's Christian? Okay. Good for them people. All right. Yep. Council review is important to make sure that you're not changing policy or reinterpreting that policy or procedures. So you got to make sure that your workbooks do go through some kind of vetting of some type. You want people to look at it before it goes out to the general scouter public. That is important. You want to make sure that you go through that process. That can take a while. So, or it can be very quickly. So it really depends. It really depends. Looks like we have another. Awesome. I think we are almost up. Well, no, we got some more time, guys. All righty. Guys and gals, we got more time. Going to my first commissioners conference next month. Getting back. All righty. ACD, that's the Assistant District Commissioner hat. Awesome. Fantastic. The commissioners, we need commissioners. If let's say, for instance, you're a cub master and you're thinking about kind of laying back and going to the troop, please don't. Think about unit commissioning. We need unit commissioners. We are in a severe shortage of unit commissioners. We need unit commissioners. So please get involved. Definitely start doing what you can as far as the getting trained up and doing that. Going to the conferences is nice because it gives you some insight you may not see in your area. That is a critical thing. Our council sells. Yep. Popcorn. See, the problem is when I put my mouse over the thing, it white on white. So I have to pull it off to the side and it will highlight it. Let's see. The mostly shows shell. Let's see. Yeah. Show and sells are very important. You got to have those. And you want to make sure that all of your scouts know about them. There's some units even do a buyout. That's an option. I don't recommend it because we need to teach scouts how to earn their way through scouting. And I know that I did and my brother did. So parents are not just the money tree. So they can raise money for their scouting experience. Yep. Yep. Definitely. Congrats on that. Yes, definitely. If I didn't say so, please understand I am very happy that you're going to be an assistant district commissioner. That is fantastic. And one of the big jobs you're going to have is recruiting. So, because we need more unit commissioners. So important. So very important. That is very important. Yeah, Hillary's very right on that. Let's see. If you want a moderator, there it is. That's a very good point. Wanting a moderator, that would be awesome. If I could have somebody during the live thing, jump in and do those questions. With this new software that we're using, it's so fast. I have to look at so many different things because it's a one-man band. I'm literally running the whole thing. That is, and it's interesting. I can do a lot more with this because I'm not dealing with all of the scripts and all the programming that has to be done with the other program that we were using for a year. So this is a lot easier to work with. And with the moderator, what I could do is have you actually log into the show, and I can hear you. We can converse. It'll be a little better as far as that. And you can do the questions, and then I can just do the ScouterStan, go off on whatever, and that would be awesome. That would be awesome. So, Cypress, if you are interested in doing that, that's something we can definitely work up. And I think for the next show, we should do that. That would be really good. So, a lot of this stuff, as you've seen in the chat, a lot of this stuff comes pretty fast and just and it's in different directions too. So it can be pretty crazy for an old guy. So this guy, yeah. So, but it's let's see, we got that. There's a crew. Yep, yep, yep. Beneficial to the crew, that's for sure. Oh my gosh, so many of these. Den leader, yes. When I referred to den leader, that really is all leaders. It can be assistant scoutmasters. There's a lot of good points in there for crews and ships. I mean, everyone should watch that video. So that is one of those things. Definitely get your training. That's for sure. Do it online. That, and this is something that they don't tell you. If you want to, you can take the course again online. You can do it more than once. That's totally fine. It's not going to mess anything up. You can go back and say retake, and you just hit the button. You can do it again. It's totally fine. And the more you know, the better. That just makes it so much better. What are the unit commissioners supposed to do? Okay. The unit commissioners are there to help units grow. They're help units that are having problems. They're there to also really be the backup for the adult leadership to help out. So their skill sets is really communications, talking, and just hearing everybody out, and living by the scout of the scout law, which we all do. We all should do. With that being the case, most people are totally qualified right off the bat. right off the bat, they are qualified to be a unit commissioner. Okay. You don't have to have years and years of experience. It's helpful. It's good to refer back to it, but it also can be learned as you go. So unit commissioners are a wonderful thing, and they are the in between. They are between district council and units. They're the person that's in between. They are the go between. They know the people at the council office. They know the people in their district. They know people in their district committee that can help with certain things, and they want to hear about what the unit is doing so that there's no big disconnect between the units. Because without them, it's stretched. Okay, it's at its max. We need to make sure that unit commissioners pull them together so that they can help one another, and not only through the training and all the stuff that goes on, but that's the wonderful thing about unit commissioners. They're the glue that holds that all together, and it's so critical that we get more. Units are outnumbering unit commissioners. I think the latest number I saw was 15-1. So there are 15 units to one unit commissioner. And in some areas, it's even worse. So it's think about it. Unit commissioners is a great way to give back. So, and looks like we have. Oh yes, we have Timothy. Timothy, you are a unit commissioner. Thank you so much for all the service you do. You do so much for your area. That's for sure. I'm a COR. CORs are awesome. We wouldn't have a unit without them. That is the charter organization rep. Yep. That is without them, there's no unit. Okay. You got to have them. They're a necessity. That is so important. And when the charter organization rep is learning about scouting, learning about those things and doing those things and contributing and being a scouter and doing all that stuff, that is fantastic for the unit. It helps them keep that connection with their charter, with the chartered organization, keeping that unit happy, keeping the charter organization happy. That is a critical thing. And they are literally the representative of the charter. So that is a very important position. It is in a troop, the scoutmaster, the committee chair, and the charter organization rep are the key three of that unit. Okay. The charter organization rep, COR, is part of that key three. Got to have it. Got to have a key three. So important. All righty, moderators. For the moderator, do you go? I think what we could do this is something, it's not something that YouTube does. Okay. This is something we would do on our channel. As far as a moderator, I'm very excited about that because I need some help with this. So as far as a moderator, it'll be just for us. What'll happen is I'm very happy with this software, by the way. It's so much easier and so much better than what I had, or what we were working with for over a year. So much better. That is incredible. So as a moderator, what they would be doing is they would have access. I could put you on screen basically, but you would be able to talk in the background. We can leave your camera off, but you could turn your mic on and say, "Hey, Stan, there's Hillary's got a great suggestion again, about these things, and being a COR is so incredible." That's the kind of thing a moderator could do. And there's other channels that have moderators, and that's what we need. We need somebody to kind of help out in that regard. My vision is terrible. I'm almost blind. Okay. It's pretty bad. I've got this pretty big. In fact, my screen is at a 150. Okay. It's 150 times larger than normal screen. So it's big. So my vision is not that good. So, and it'd be great to have a moderator. And what would happen is, now this is something that we can work out. Send me an email, my top secret email address, which YouTube doesn't like it when I tell people, ScouterStan at gmail.com. They don't like it when I say that online, and they get upset. I don't know why they get upset, but anyways, if you don't remember that, go to the contact page, which is the about, I believe, on the channel. You click on that, go down there. It'll be a little block that's blocked out. It keeps all those robot spider things from grabbing people's email addresses. Anyways, just send me an email and we'll talk more about it. My emails, I'm way behind. I've got a lot. I must have 30 fan mail stuff that I need to address, because it's not fan mail, but it's mails about the channel, and I need to work on that. But this is something that as this gets snowballing, as it starts rolling down the hill, I need a moderator. And what we can do is, what'll happen is, with this software, I send you a link, and you actually link into it. And that's kind of how we're going to do the campfire. So, and that we mentioned earlier with the members, and that'll be by invitation. So that's what's going to be nice. And then, of course, those that are not members, and guests of the campfire show will be just, you can watch it later when it comes out. It'll be fun. It'll be very fun. So, but that's kind of the process I'm imagining. But we do have some moderators already on the channel and members of the channel. Hillary, you need to be a member. Think about it. It would be awesome. But if anyone wants to buy memberships or gift memberships, now would be the time, because it can only be done during a live show. It's the only time that YouTube allows that. That's what they want. And we've had Michael has helped out, and I believe Michael has a $4 donation there. That's awesome. I want to make sure that you get a thumbs up from me. So, that's a good job. It helps out, it helps us pay for the software, right? It's not extremely expensive, but it's more than I can afford. So, but if you want to do a membership and help others, that's something you can do with that little present, the little gift thing. All righty. What do we have here? We got more. Oh my gosh, more of these are coming through. All righty. Would it be happy to help you out? Just, this is something we could do on a Sunday night, and we won't stay too late. We won't stay past what is it, 10:30 East Coast? Yeah. So it's something we can work on. Okay. So, and definitely I look forward to it. That'll be a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So that's something we can do. And I believe when you get access, I think you also get access to all of the comments. You could always do a double screen, that's something that I've done in the past and just kind of come in through there. That's something that can be done. So happy to help. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate the help. That is just awesome. That is so helpful to help others. Isn't that's this one, right? It's in the Scout side. It's the help others at all times. That's another promise. All righty, Emily. Awesome. Moving out of the district once my kids have hit Cub Scouts. Yes. That's, you have to be able to move around and do things. That's wonderful. But Emily, thank you so much. So love having your help. That is for sure. That is for sure. And I like having your guy, all you guys and gals jumping in and helping out with this channel. It is just awesome. There are some really cool things that we're working on. Unfortunately, my time has been pushed together because of me. I need to stop volunteering for stuff because I need to get caught up on some of the stuff. Some of the things that are priorities. My advancement stuff with my district is very important to me. And this channel, those are two major priorities for scouting that I have. Everything else will be additional and learning experiences, and I plan to use that information for the benefit of our channel. So that's what's going on there. And I think everybody that's in the chat here, this is just so wonderful. And I believe we're at an hour 27, but we started the clock early. And this is something that we need to kind of wrap it up. But it is just wonderful. I thank everyone who made this just a great show, and everything worked out just wonderful. It is just such a blessing having you on board with the ScouterStan channel. When I started this many years ago, I never knew it would get like this. It's something else. It is fantastic, and I truly am blessed. Okay, so keep up that good work, and I think I've got an exit thing I can play. That's the neat thing about this. This software is kind of cool, huh? Kind of works better than what I had, right? That's right. Just sent you an email. Thank you so much. I will definitely get a hold of you. There's about 20 emails ahead of you. So advancement wise, I actually do the review for the projects. So it is that is a lot of work, believe me, especially if you're, from a scout standpoint, very small amount of time. It's only 6 months that they work on it, but I work on many all at once. I mean, we have up to 40 in our district at any given time that are in the process somewhere. So it is, and it's difficult sometimes, but we can do it. We can do it. Thank you so much for everything you guys do. Thank you. I'm going to wrap it right here at the 129 mark. And thank you so much. And keep up the good work. And like always, I'll definitely see you guys out on the trail. my friend. Have a good night.